What about early on? Maybe when you and your partner and secretary were first just like dreaming of scaling, right? And you're trying to think through these things before you had this amazing handbook, right? 200 plus pages of training. What were maybe some of the strategies then that helped you all to scale quickly in the very beginning?
Everything was designed around creating market insights that were self-produced, self-verified, and something that would be of value to the clients. And then it was all about prospecting. It was getting on the phone, calling folks back in the early days before technology was really big. It was nothing more than phone calls and hard mail. There was no other way to get in touch with people. So you were on the phone all the time. We sent out hard mail like clockwork every month. Every owner in our territory got a piece of hard mail from us. At the peak, before email became very popular, we were sending out 3 million pieces of mail every year, including a newsletter that we started with just a little 4-pager and ended up, I think it got to 32 or 36 pages at its peak. And we just stayed in front of people. It's all being top of mind in the brokerage business because if you look at Morgan, again, use Manhattan as a microcosm south of 96th Street, which is prime Manhattan, there's 27,649 buildings. Over the past 39 years, the average turnover of that stock has been 2.6%. If you figure half the stuff that goes on the market actually sells, this is telling you two things. It's telling you that when someone buys a property in Manhattan, they own it on average for 40 years before they sell it. And number two, it tells you if there's a 5% of the stuff is actually being considered for sale, 19 out of every 20 people you talk to are not going to have anything for you to do. So you look at what the reality is of this of market turnover and activity, and that helps guide what you're doing, how you're doing it, how you're approaching the business. And so sending out that mail regularly to people was a key piece of staying top of mind because when that the main reasons for having to sell, death, divorce, taxes, partnership disputes, things like that. When that happens, that moment happens when somebody realizes, hey, I have to do this, you want to be the first thing that folks think of. And if you're constantly in front of them with good and valuable information, they're going to think of you. And hopefully they think of you first when they decide that they need to do